it's a small minority that think this way.
Correct.
But the small minority have the loudest voice.
Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne's wife, remember the Osbourne reality show? She went on Sage Steele's podcast, and she, who's, you know, I think mostly a Hollywood lefty, she's now taking the appropriate right stance on trans, and it's worth showing because it's good to see when someone just says something that's basically true and we all know it to be true, but it's hard to say because they're afraid they're going to get canceled. Courage begets courage.
As you said, quite rightly so, it's scientific proof.
Yes.
That a man, if you have your bits cut off inside, you might not feel like a man because you've had your bits cut off, but you're still a man medically inside. And I know I'm going to get loads of letters, but bring them on because I don't care. And so even with scientific proof, they still said you were wrong.
They know deep down.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know that they are actually being like idiots. I need a better word, a bigger word.
Or they have no balls.
None. All the men.
And the thing is, it's a small minority that think this way.
Correct.
But the small minority have the loudest voice.
Yes, we have created that system. Yes,
absolutely.
But it's funny, through all this, for me, it's almost 30 years in corporate television. I had a ton of bosses, very few leaders.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean you silence somebody that you disagree with, because by the way, you can say, okay, I cut my bits off and I'm a girl now. Fine. Believe that.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to condemn you for that, but that's fine. But there are lines and parameters, and you still can't play women's soccer because you're white. Like, it's not happening. I believe there's ways to lead without making someone feel terrible, but here's the facts, and this is what we're going to go on. But none of the leaders at CBS, at Disney, ESPN, ABC, nobody will do it. And I believe we are representative of 95% of people in this country who it's like, okay, guys.
Except for kids coming up in school now, because those kids that are coming up in school now, there's a next generation that's coming up. I fear for them. I really fear for them. Half of the kids at school right now, they think, I'm not a jock. I'm not going to be beauty queen. I'm not good at sports. I'm not that clever. Which group do I fit in with?
Right.
Well, they now say, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, or I'm a boy, I'm a girl. So they're going down that route to find a little group of people that they can click into. And years ago, it used to be if you were, if you weren't in any of those main groups at school, you'd be a goth.
Right.
You're a goth. Right. Yeah.
Black nails.
That's it. Yeah, a real goth. And so now all that phase is gone. Now it's I'm a pussycat, or I'm a rabbit, or I'm a dog. I identify as a dog or something, whatever it is.
Yes.
It's all allowed.
There's litter boxes at my daughter's high school.
It's all allowed, and I think it's insane because instead of telling these kids you can be anything you want, if you feel like a plant, then you're a plant. I'll water you twice a day. That's allowed. You could go with a pot on your head and I'm a plant.
Yes.
Instead of saying, look, this is your job, is to learn when you're a kid. You come in here, you dress appropriately. When you go home, you can do whatever the you want. Whatever you want. It's not our business. But when you're at school, you do this. You present yourself a certain way. And that's it. But no, all the schools are like, let them be who they are. Well, you're confusing these kids because they're too young to really know.
Yeah, she's right. And imagine what they do right now to a little boy who's 8 years old, who happens to be a little effeminate. They will encourage him to get his nuts chopped off. That means that all of those effeminate, asexual weirdos on CNN and MSNBC, they'd all be women right now. That would make it even worse. And it's pretty bad as it is. Or you could do the reverse of that. A girl who happens to be more into trucks or toys or Transformers or G.I. Joe, I don't know what kids playing with G.I. Joe? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? If there was a chick who had Michelangelo, you get the point. And we've done this to an entire generation of people. So it's not that anything she said there was so revolutionary, but it's important when another Hollywood person is just like, enough is enough, because yes, Sage, you're right. About 95% of us, if not more, it might be 99% of us, agree on what basic reality and biology is.